Welcome back.
Hello.
Welcome back, Mike. Good to have you here.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
This all of a sudden will turn into like a talk show, like a late night talk show.
Yeah, you have the audience applause.
The band playing their punctuating every one of my dumb
You can have your
jokes.
like notes and headlines and everything. Oh boy.
Can you believe what happened in the news today? We won't get into that. What is the weather going to be like tomorrow? Oh man, it's going to be more rain tomorrow.
Oh, okay, man. Thankfully there's no like localized flooding or
Yeah,
anything like
yeah.
that.
That we know of.
That we know of. Yeah.
Before I almost went to bed without
I was
selling my stuff.
I was gonna
once
zing you
again.
on that. I was gonna zing you on it in a couple
we need
episodes.
to make some money, so I've gotta sell
ship
some
out
stuff.
all of that stuff.
All this stuff.
Now I imagine if I found like a raw uncut diamond, like I don't even know like what I wanted, like if I don't even know if I could identify like anything I find in the ground, because like
Maybe not.
well to the untrained eye, what is an uncut diamond versus like a quartz crystal?
Luckily, you can just kind of like inspect everything in your pack here, and it'll tell you exactly what it is and exactly what you can use it for. I'm going to sell a few of our garden strawberries, but not all of them.
Yeah, I feel like you could give those out as good gifts.
To anyone in particular?
I feel like there's probably a few villagers who like strawberries.
Yeah.
I don't know.
True.
Well, we'll randomly just pick someone. Who knows?
Yeah, I think we should possibly start our romancing quest, since it's already going to be the 9th of spring. So I feel like it's about that time.
About that time.
Think about it.
You've got a few days under your belt.
Yeah,
It's time to get talking.
I certainly want to keep our options open.
Yeah,
Definitely, like we've been saying. But as I revealed last episode, I have a bit of fondness in my heart for Bryn as a tribute to Karen from the old Harvest Moon games. So I think I'm gonna start romancing Bryn.
I think that's a good idea.
Awesome. Welcome back to In the Kitchen. This is definitely one of those programs you don't want to miss.
Yeah. Ooh, golden omelet.
Sounds pretty good. Fresh eggs, sun cheese.
Oh man, I want an omelet now. Like some all that fresh ingredients. Oh boy. I think I do that like all the time. I see like a food, I'm just like,
Yeah.
I kind of want that.
It's like they say, don't ever go grocery shopping when you're hungry.
Yeah.
Maybe don't play video games that have cooking systems when you're hungry either. Pleasant morning to you, Prophet. I came by to remind you that tomorrow is a market day. Several villagers will be selling special goods and trinkets in the plaza. Also, shops around town will be closed. If you have any errands to run, I suggest you get them done today. Hope to see you there. Take care, Prophet. We do have some errands to run. We
Yeah,
gotta
I was
plant
gonna say,
some more seeds.
Got a
this
little
morning.
bit of work to do.
Definitely.
Ooh,
That's a good amount of money.
yeah. Awesome. Profit the farmer.
Profit the farmer.
Love it,
Thanks,
yeah.
Barley.
You got some good money there,
Signing
yeah.
our checks. Yeah, I'm gonna run up to the farm first thing in the morning to buy some
Get some
seeds.
seeds, yeah. I love the idea of like a market day, like I know like town I live in, like Sundays and when the weather's nice, have farmers market.
Yeah.
Like, those are always the coolest things. I like supporting local.
Everybody seems to be in a good mood all the time. Too,
Yeah.
at the farmers
It's
markets.
that some kids out playing, having fun,
There's
So I love the idea of like a market
Yeah.
day.
Oh, there's a program at our local farmers market where they'll like package up fresh fruits and veggies for you, and like you go once a week to the market and pick them up. Like they'll have them ready in a basket, and it's just
That's cool.
Yeah, I just love that idea of like having supporting local produce and having having some fresh, delicious veggies and fruits to cook with. That's our first, technically our first event or festival
I
of,
think
the,
so.
of the game. So we'll have to maybe save some money for that as well. Let's see.
So, maybe this is slightly spoilerish, but what do you think your favorite festival?
Ooh.
Yeah. This is, you can go ahead and give like a top 3 because that's kind of a like they're all good.
Yeah,
like,
I do really like the like romantic festivals.
Yeah.
There's one romantic festival per season. And I would say the one coming up in the springtime season might be my very favorite. I think like I said, games like this, and this one in particular, can sometimes feel a little bit like slow to start, to like kind of get your footing and figure out exactly what you want to do and what you want to spend your time doing. But I think for a lot of people, they hit that festival and it kind of clicks for them.
Yeah, that's what happens.
The game sort of picks up from there, and they sort of get it at that point, I think. So, and the mini game that it features is a fun one. So yeah,
Okay.
we'll have to wait and see.
Good answer. Good answer.
Buy some seeds.
Yeah. What are you thinking? You already got some strawberries. You already.
Mm-hmm.
A couple potatoes. You got some more planted. Like what do you
planted
thinking?
a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
I'm gonna plant definitely more strawberries. We can
Okay,
plant 5 more strawberries.
Yeah.
We could probably store some stuff to cook with as well, but we
Yeah.
have a whole nother plot. So I'm thinking maybe we should just fill that whole plot
Yeah.
up.
I think so. Some
So-
wheat in there, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. Do some wheat.
Gotta have the wheat.
Do some more cabbage. Let's just do more of everything.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you might as well, because
Yeah.
that land ain't doing anything without seeds.
No,
So.
certainly not.
Yeah.
And there's always something you can use those crops for.
Oh, yeah.
If you're not just selling them all, you can store them to cook with later in the
Yep.
seasons because it'll be much harder to come by them.
Don't spoil.
Yeah.
Which is also nice.
We have to purchase at some point an ice box from the
Yeah,
general
yeah,
shop, or
yeah.
they do spoil.
Yeah,
In fact, at the
yeah.
end of the season. But this will be a good day. It's going to take a lot of energy to plant all that stuff we just bought, so this will be a good day to do it since it's raining. So yeah, do we have any more feedback or questions we can get to? Because I think this will be sort of a
Yeah, this is probably a good time. We do have one more showcase YouTube comment
awesome.
from Minoru, I believe is how it's pronounced. Did you ever mention where the name Wayward Prophet came from? And then is it related to the Prophecy game, or was it from before then?
It was somewhat related to the Prophecy game. Definitely, that's a good insight there from Minaru.
Sorry for butchering your name.
There's a character in that game that is kind of a wise prophet, sort of minstrel character, whose spirit went on to be a little bit like Paxel, maybe, in this game. But the idea, I guess I haven't really talked about it too much. The idea of like Wayward Prophet as a name coming from like as a prophet being somebody that can see the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a wayward prophet being somebody that sees the future and maybe denies the future in a weird way. If it's so, like seeing what the future holds, and specifically technology, and how cold maybe technology can be, and refusing to buy into that and saying, no, I'm gonna go my own way. I'm gonna be wayward.
I'm gonna be wayward.
And
Okay.
imagine a future that's a little bit warmer and has a little bit more. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of like the broad, the broad feeling behind it, but it also just kind of sounds cool. So
Yeah, great question. Great question. Yeah.
I've never put it into words before, but yeah, it's kind of a silly thing. But that is the origins of Wayward Prophet. Definitely started with this prophet character and turned into the name.
I like that. I like that a lot. You know, it's like it's more than just a name. It's something behind it.
Yeah. I'm somebody that will go back to things I've done, names I've come up with, stories I've told in the past, and always want to change them. But Wayward Prophet, I'm pretty happy with.
Yeah.
Which is unusual. So. All right, so we got all that stuff planted.
Yeah. Wow. You're getting a lot of good work done.
Yeah. Let's track down Bren.
Bren.
Yeah. I think that's maybe our next priority would be
Yeah,
to
I think so. You know, start talking her up.
yeah, hand out some strawberries.
Strawberries, maybe.
I have it on good faith she likes certain alcoholic beverages
Yeah.
as well. I don't think that's too hard to figure out. Ooh, you are Hunter. You want to be Hunter?
Hey there, Sparrow. What brings you to our shop on such a dreary day?
I want to do like accents or something. I don't know if they all come from the same place.
Yeah.
That's gonna be
Tough
fun. I've been so busy at the bakery lately. Braving the rain today was my only choice. I'm looking for some sort of rack to store spices. It doesn't have to be very big. Wait, Oh, there's a typo. I've never noticed that before. But sturdy enough to hold little jars full of basil, chives, garlic, things like that. I'm always misplacing them.
Well, we might have an old shelf lying around, but I think it'd be better to build you a brand new custom spice rack. Labeled holders, fancy swiveling base.
That sounds amazing. Should we talk to Benjamin about designing it?
Benjamin? You insult me, Sparrow. No way. This spice rack is going to be bona fide Hunter original. Don't you worry. I've already got an idea of how it'll all work.
I shouldn't have doubted you. And payment? What sort of damage are we looking at?
Well, I can probably cover all the materials myself. I was thinking something besides coin for payment, actually. Remember that pizza you made for Bloom's birthday last year? With all the toppings?
Say no more. I'll start gathering ingredients as soon as I get back to the bakery.
I feel like I would be Hunter if I was in this game.
That's a good fit. I can see that. I can see you chopping wood outside and hey, Sparrow.
How you doing, Sparrow? Such a, it's funny because even the gloomy rainy days aren't so gloomy here.
Yeah, everybody's a little bit.
Everybody's cheerful.
There's something about the rain.
Yeah,
it just feels a little bit cozier inside. A little bit. Yeah. So we've talked quite a bit about my favorite characters and my preferred romance options. What about you? I'm curious to know, if we're taking a look at the Village Primer, if you've got anyone that you particularly identify with, or...
I would say Annabelle.
Annabelle?
Yeah. I would say so. I think, I don't know. Like,
she's
it's
very sweet. She's...
it's always like, in games, it's always like, am I like, playing something like a me or like someone who I'd like to be, it's like that kind of distinction. But like, just even like first meeting Annabelle, like she just resonated and like I could like see like having this as a friend in real life. And, so yeah, I'd probably say that, but like Hunter obviously is like one of my favorite. I don't know why I just would go out of my way to talk to him because whatever he's got to say,
I can see you living in Sugar Blossom Village, being Hunter and being friends.
Yeah, I'd probably do that.
Possibly romantic partners.
Yeah, probably
with Annabelle.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is very fitting.
What do you think? What do you think? Like your fans in general, like favorite villager and favorite romance option. Like if you had to.
Good timing, by the way. Quint, the popularity of Quint is something I certainly didn't expect. In fact, when I first released the game on Steam, he wasn't in a romance option. Yeah. Him and Senna were in an update later. And that was simply because the outcry from fans was just like so strong. Everybody loved Quint. He has a very roguish element to him. He's a little bit older. And it's an example of something, again, where people like to feel represented in games like this. They like to make choices that aren't just, the very standard, like, young,
the archetype.
The archetypes, and Quint definitely was a little bit different. He has, quirks. He has the dog that follows him around. He has, like, a limp and a past, and he's, kind of gruff and certainly very handsome, but the amount of, like, people who have commented on just like how much they love Quint and how dearly they hold Quint, and the fan art that people have done of Quint is definitely, I would say he is up there with the top romance options. As far as general villagers go,
that's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
And that once again just kind of speaks to there's so many like awesome villagers, and like you as a person can like one of the villagers for a completely different reason than someone else, and it's a collection of why everyone likes someone and like kind of collaborating and just kind of sharing and the love of it. That's another thing.
Hopefully you feel at home with these characters and you kind of develop your own friend group and your own people that you love. I have seen quite a bit of appreciation for Alexander and Alexander. I think deep down everybody kind of wants a relationship like theirs where they constantly
relationship goals.
They like tease each other and but it's
the jokes.
Very clear how much they love each other. While we're here, let's do a little mixing. And we'll have to
crush her.
Let's see what's gonna happen. Fireweed sauce.
Fireweed sauce.
Yeah, that'll be used in some recipes, but we might just be able to sell that for a little extra coin. I wonder where Bren is today.
Yeah. Out doing some shopping before
Possibly.
the market day.
Not in here. We can steal some of her cider vinegar.
You know, I mean, borrow with the intent of...
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
She'll get it back
Yeah.
someday. Maybe.
You'll mix it in something nice to give to her.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
How funny would that be? It's like, I took this from your house.
But I made it into this.
She does hang out at the art gallery occasionally, so we'll pop in
Yeah.
there. Just to check.
No. Not today.
Not today. That seems to be a theme.
Man of few words. That, you know, poking fun at like the silent protagonist, that is always a tried and true. I mean,
Yeah, we were talking a little bit. I mean, you mentioned like in games like this, you always have trouble deciding how much of the character you want to be their own character, and how much you want to be them.
Yeah.
I certainly think in this game, the player character is much more of just like a simple avatar that you can, you know, a blank canvas that you can project yourself into, to hopefully feel like you yourself are living in Sugar Blossom Village. Because it was a question I had to ask if I did want to give them a little bit more of a personality, if I wanted to give them more little sound effects or, you know, more responses that they could make to certain situations. But at the end of the day, I decided they are a cipher, they are a blank slate, and you are the one living in Sugar Blossom.
But that's really nice because like I feel like there are plenty of games where it's like oh yeah, you know, the narrative is kind of built for you, you know, you're almost kind of following this railroaded path, and it's like, you know, I always think like, you know, if you got a game like this that it's not sandboxy per se, but it's like adventurous enough, it's like you gotta have that freedom.
Yeah.
You gotta have that freedom to explore and figure it out.
Yeah, I definitely think it fits this game, this style of game very, very well. My next game, A Story Beside, I will try not to talk too much about it, but the main character has more of a personality. You can still make lots of little choices to kind of further hone that personality or shape that personality. But it'll be interesting to see people's response to that. Because one sort of downside to, as we hand some, if I can find them, garden
Where are
strawberries,
they? Where are
our
they?
first gift that we're presenting to our potential marriage candidate. One of the downsides of a system like this, where you know, Bryn's gonna talk to us and have this nice romance with us, and we don't talk back, is that when you have characters being able to bounce off each other, you can develop them so much more naturally and fully.
Well, it's a dialogue, which is human. You know,
right, exactly. So, that was the challenge of this game, having characters that felt real and relatable without, you know, only having their side of the conversation. So, certainly interested in how people respond to A Story Beside and how well those characters come across, because what I've seen, fan response to World's Dawn, is that people really love these characters and feel like they were a part of Sugar Blossom and a part of this community, and I hope focusing on that in the next game will, you know, having characters that are even more real and even more, you know, they've got issues, they've got problems, and they have real relationships with you, the player.
You know what I mean? But, you know, even with going back to the, like, you know, the silent protagonist, like you've done a great job, because you'd had Bryn just say, like, thanks for the strawberries, like, bye. But then you're all like, oh, did you grow these from your own garden? I just love the way, you know, the juices burst. Like that to me is like, it feels kind of like there is a dialogue there, and maybe we just don't hear the protagonist saying it. But
that's
like,
a good way to think
you know,
of it.
but like having it like that, so it's like it's not one-sided. It's written well enough to where it's not one-sided.
Yeah, that's hopefully that comes across for sure. And
I mean, that was one small example, but
I took every opportunity I could to try and, you know, shove personality everywhere I can in every character, so that this village would feel like a very again, just a very cozy and warm place to be. I'm gonna sell some of our stuff and head off to bed.
Yeah.
And probably end the episode about there after I get this stuff sold.
You know, I always love the idea, like, the invisible inventory, sort of like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm carrying, like, 10
got
bananas,
so much
I've
stuff
got
in here.
4 raw fish.
I'm pretty sure the limit is 99 for all these things. So technically, you could be carrying around like 99 cabbages. Like, all right.
But, you know, it's one of those concessions, you know, the convenience thing, you know.
It's a bag of holding.
Honestly, that's what it is. For sure, because I know plenty of games that I get frustrated because I can't carry.
Yeah,
so
exactly. All right, so before we head off to bed for our first market day tomorrow, very excited, we will end the episode there, taking a look at the featured
fan art.
We're going to do...
Hashtag featured fan art.
A little different one this time. There's actually 3 separate pieces that we're going to be looking at. It's a little bit of a comic. So this is somebody who we talked a little bit about how popular Quint was as a romance candidate. This is somebody who you'll see was a big fan of Quint. So this was from @LetTheBodyFall on Twitter, who has actually done a couple pieces. But I really loved this. This is Violet and Petal at the Harvest Festival later in autumn, where you cook a dish and bring it. And so Violet's saying, Sandra's a good cook. I don't understand why she cooks savory dumplings every year. And Petal responds, darling, sometimes love is a better prize. And you realize that Sandra cooks the same thing every year because she romanced Quint, and that's Quint's favorite dish. So it's just a lovely little comic. Just very... Amazing. Very warm, very sentimental and sweet, and just kind of shows how, I don't know, how
I feel like there should be, like, you should have, like a website of, like, 3-page, like, World's Dawn, like, comic
Oh, that'd be amazing,
I love this, like, so much.
To anyone out there who wants to submit your own art or anything, we would absolutely love to have more stuff to feature on this show and to show off. I'll include a link to the artists.
I'm gonna put some fan art. We're gonna look at it.
All right, do it. No,
I couldn't do it.
Great. But yeah, that is all for now. We will be back soon with more of the World's Dawn Developer Let's Play. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.